And Michael Dempsey, and these guys had to play through some pain today. Played very hard. I want to congratulate them. What a great ball game. And we talk about all year how we're a family. Everybody is important on this team, that every player is important, every manager, every coach, that everybody has to do their job. And something we work on all year to get better with every game, get better with every practice. And we are a family going back a long way. I'd like to thank my dad, Hans Neier, who passed away a few years ago. He was such an inspiration to me. He showed me what hard work was all about. Ray DeGrief, who has done a tremendous job for our program for so many years before he passed away, was an inspiration. But there's so many people that have inspired us. I think up here our defense has really pushed us through. That we played some great defense. And I have to thank a good friend of mine, Marvin Walker, who really helped us with the matchup. We played some other defenses, but in this game we didn't even change. That the matchup really helped us out, and he really helped in that fashion. But defense has been such a key for us all year long. When you're a three-point shooting team like we are, we like to shoot a three-point shot. It's not always there, and when it's not there, if you're going to have a good season, you better be ready to play some good defense. You better to learn some things to get the ball inside. If you don't mind, a guy who is so important to this team, and I really feel like it's his team because he coached these guys from when they're so small. And I like to call him up if you have any questions for him. He knows all these kids so personally. They're over at his house all the time. They've grown to know and to love him, not only as a coach, but as a tremendous person. His son Eric is a senior on our team, and it's kind of fun that we're on trips or something, we're in the bus, to hear those guys back and forth when Bill's driving our. We have a school bus, and some of the banter that goes between those two kind of loosens everybody up. But if you don't mind, if you have any questions for him, Bill, could you come up and just stand back if anybody has any questions? They might have a question for you. He's a little bashful, but if you have any questions for him, he knows these kids better than everybody. And I feel that he is such an important part of this team. All my assistant coaches do such a great job, though. They all should be recognized for their part in this. And I know I appreciate him so much. And other guys outside of our family that are just part of this family. And you can see him back there, Derek Funk, Stan Westhoff, Mike Croker, Kurt Johnson, who really helps us in so many ways. He takes care of the stats, but does so many other things. Mike Dolan, who's peeking through the door and trying to find a way to get in here. They call him the big dog, but he really helped us out. He and one of the fathers of one of our players, Chris Undershaw's dad, helped Nathan through some severe pain to be able to get to this point where he could play. But I could go on and on about people and thank people for really building this program up. Believe me, it's a family that does this. It's not one person.
Dave, how important was it to get that early lead on Kearney today?
One of the things we stress is that we want to get to that last quarter with the lead, because if they have a lead and they could slow the ball down, where we really had to spread out and they could dump it down to the big guy, that we were going to have a lot of trouble, because he catches the ball down low, he's going to score. And he was really hard to stop. And obviously he showed in this game why we had such concern.
What did you do to slow them down? They jumped off to a big lead on Thursday against Miller Career. And obviously you came out and did something to stop them.
Well, again, I think our defensive pressure helped us out there. We made it tough for them to get good shots. I think we flew around quite a bit. We knew who their shooters are, and we really tried to get their outside shooters from catching the ball and getting an open look. And we also obviously tried to keep the ball from getting inside. And these guys just battled. I mean, we just battled every possession. And to win a big ball game like that, that's what we feel like it takes. You just can't let up. And fortunately for us, if you notice, we hit some threes early. Oh my God, was that huge. And I think that put a lot of pressure on them to come down and try to score. And so after that, we kind of kept it up, and we kept the pressure up, where the score kept spreading. We thought it was going to be a lower scoring game because of the way they played, And we weren't concerned with, scoring a whole bunch of points and getting up to 60, 70, or 80. We were just worried about trying to get the point spread a little more. With each few minutes of the game, we wanted to keep it going in the right direction.
Nathan, it seemed like you guys came out of the gate really fast. Did you feel like you had full control of the game and kind of making them play to your game plan?
Well, yeah, the early lead really helped us because they're more of a slower team, and we tried to get the game pace up a little bit more. And the first couple of threes that we hit were huge. They had to battle back the whole game.
Coach, how important was it for you guys to be able to extend that lead when Starsville picked up 2 fouls, I think, about 6 minutes into the game?
Well, Coach Gimeno really works, and believe me, he controls our offense. He puts all the plays, and we talked about, boy, when he's out, we got to find ways to score right now because we had to extend that lead with him out. If we wouldn't have felt like we were doing our job. And so obviously it was very important. If they would have stayed there and he came back in, they would have been so energized. I think they would have been kept in the game close. They could have just worried about keep dumping it down to him, and that would have been trouble for us.
Dave, early in the game, you talked about your defense. You kids took 3 charges like in the first 2 minutes of the game. Were you pretty happy about your team defense, knowing that they took charges like that early?
Well, something we talk about and all the time, obviously, but we haven't gotten many, But today, I think everything was on the line, and these kids stood strong. Nathan has probably been our leading guy of getting charges since he's been a freshman. He's willing just to, take that body shot to get the charge, and I think he kind of led the way and give the other guys ideas that we want to win this ball game. We got to do whatever it takes, and obviously we were very happy because we wanted to jump off to a lead, and that doesn't always happen. Things don't always go the way you want. You have to keep making adjustments. But fortunately for us, that's the way we talked about what we really needed to do, and things came together and happened for us.
Nathan and Michael, can you guys kind of just speak for the team and tell us what this means to you guys?
Well, for us Wizards players that have been playing since 3rd and 4th grade, it means a heck of a lot. I mean, just watching the seniors that won in 06, we really wanted to duplicate it and win another title and get our names up on a board.
Tell you what, it's so emotional that I was almost in tears when we walked off the court finally. And if you've seen the crowd we had, it meant so much. But I tell you, the person I think it means the most to, I mean, it means so much to these players. But this guy's put so much in. I hope you don't mind, but I like Coach Gimeno to give a word what it means to him to have his son on the team and to have so many kids that he's coached through the years and knows so well. And as I said, everybody's such a big part of our program, but he has stepped forward with these kids, and I know how emotional he was every game all year, every practice. If we didn't have good practice, oh my gosh. In the last couple of weeks we had some practices we didn't think were good enough, and I thought he was going to, I don't know what I thought he was going to do, but it wasn't good. Bill, could you just comment on what it means to you?
Well, the big thing is these guys are just great friends, and since 2nd or 3rd grade, as long as I can remember, and they've been great friends with my son, and I'm just really happy for them because I know how hard they've worked to get to this level. So I just want to congratulate them. And their Hall of Fame coach right there. He always gives everybody else credit, but believe me, he knows what the heck he's doing, and I've had a great time being his assistant, 21 years plus.
Bill, how was it like to have your son on this team?
Nerve-wracking. No, it was just special. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, they're all friends, and I love all those guys about the same. So.
Eric, what was it like to win a state title with your dad on the bench?
It was a really good feeling knowing that he'd always taught me. I mean, basketball was my thing because my dad's always been a coach for my whole life, and to have him there in this awesome moment was incredible. I don't even know how to describe it.
Nathan, talk about your injury and kind of what you had to do to kind of get yourself ready for the game. Did it hamper you? I mean, was it something that bothered you, or?
Well, I mean, I have the refracture in my left foot, and I actually got to get surgery in about a week. But when the game started, I mean, it was definitely there, but there's no way I was going to be able to miss this game. I have to be on my deathbed to miss this one. So it was definitely a factor, but I just tried to put it aside and help my teammates really pick me up. Coaches and everything did a great job, and so we were able to put me in good positions to score, and I was able to get it done for them.
Any more questions from anyone? Thanks, Coach.